is your prediction right now? What do you think is been in planning, has been in planning, and what is on the precipice of taking place?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a prediction. If people are unaware, we've been running human networks into Al Qaeda for a decade now. Of course, it was to identify the terrorists who attacked us in Benghazi. But since the fall of Kabul, a lot of those Libyans went to Afghanistan, right? So the interesting part is everybody's coming back together, the band's back together, and that's why we have the threat picture we have. So what we know about the plot, it's very, very large. They want to do 3 times the size of 9/11. It's very simple. They want to do another aviation plot, but this time their intent is to take down about a dozen airliners using suicide bombers. They want to do, it's kind of like a siege on DC is the best way to put it, very Mumbai style. And then the last piece, ISIS is going to kind of handle this piece. They want to have attacks where you live, work, and play. These are community level attacks. So we're talking churches, shopping centers, hospitals, and their focus is really on communities that have a higher percentage of a veteran population because they want the veterans to feel in their hometowns what they felt in Iraq and Syria and Afghanistan. That's supposed to be the feel of that piece.
What is your prediction right now? What do you think
is really important for the public to be aware of, and the terrorists did this in doing the Israel attacks, is they're going to target first responders, and they want to make it so first responders can't get to the victims, right? So you have to kind of think about, okay, what if there's no response to where I am for many, many hours, right? Like, how can I sustain myself? Can I do basic medical? Now, then if you're a first responder, you know, a lot of our law enforcement are trained on active shooter, which is one shooter. These terrorists trained in 5 to 7, 8 to 10 man teams. So if you're not having drills where there's multiple shooters in multiple parts of your city and training and practicing that way, right, you're not going to be prepared and you're going to be shocked. And then the last part is, which Americans aren't prepared for at all, is there's going to be suicide bombings involved in this plot. You know, a lot of them will be focused on federal buildings, but then there's a huge aviation plot again that involves suicide vests. Our TSA isn't taking this seriously. They haven't improved airport security. So the millimeter wave scanners stop the suicide vest. You cannot walk through it. There's been no effort to put more people through those scanners, so you can walk through like a magnetometer just fine, get on an airplane with one of these vests. So until our government starts also taking this plot seriously, you know, we're in a pretty bad situation.